warnai siya sualirnya. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This reading is for the new moon in Gemini taking place for everyone on June 6th, 2024. You don't have to have Gemini anywhere in your astrological chart to be able to watch this reading. What I do every month on my channel is take a look at new moon and full moon energies to see what's happening for everybody on a collective level. Full moon time is often a time where we let go, we change things in our life, we release what's not working in order to then make space for the new moon energies to bring new things to us, or for us to have a clean slate to set our intention toward new things to come. So it's always curious to me to see what it is we might be changing, switching up, letting go at full moon, and what it is we might be bringing in and or attracting at new moon time. So in order to get the reading started for you, I have the fortune reading cards. I use these sometimes to act as like the main theme or energy of this particular reading. In this case, it's the new moon in Gemini, June 6, 2024. So let's take a look to see what the new moon energy is all about, what the main energy and or theme is. Okay, look at this. Oh, I love this card. Goals, progress is positive, and personal goals will be achieved. So at this new moon time, okay, whatever you have been working towards, because it is earth energy, right? Whatever you have been working towards. Also, this card always reminds me of either the 8 of Pentacles or the 10 of Pentacles. Again, whatever you've been working toward is about to yield something, okay? That's why it says progress. Your progress has been positive thus far. It is positive even as you're doing it right now, up until this present moment. Everything you've been giving it, every energy, every scrap of time, it's all been a positive venture, a positive investment, and it's all making progress and leading to an achievement, is what this is saying with the goals card. So if there's something you've been putting a lot of your time, energy, and effort into recently, there's something about it that's going to pay off, and the fruit of that effort will reveal itself and be available to you, right? The magic is in the air, basically, and it will be available to you at this new moon time, or it will follow soon after. So let's take a look at also the Vintage Wisdom Oracle to see what the main energy and theme is all about. Maybe we can get a little bit more information. So we have new beginnings. That's beautiful because it is a new moon, and I love how this energy feels like it's tying into this. And the reason why I say that is because when you consider, you know, you kind of honing something, honing a gift, a talent, a goal, putting energy and effort into something, you are technically creating something in the process of that molding, shaping, and effort that you're putting into something. Whether it's your body, I mean, how many of us are like, you know, on a journey to work out and eat better? You know, that's a process that takes time in shaping. Whether it's a creative venture, likewise, these things take time to shape. But in the midst of molding and shaping and working towards whatever it is, whether it be wish, a goal, a manifestation, you are in essence creating something new in the process of that. Because you're making lemonade out of lemons. Do you see what I'm saying? You're taking something and creating it into something else. And that's the feeling of this here. There's like a creative process that has been underway. And it looks like this new moon is helping you to birth that, okay? Birth that into your experience. And you are technically in the process of creating, gestating, or manifesting something. But the result is something altogether new for yourself. So expect new things to arrive or come your way or be birthed into your experience at this new moon. And a lot of it has to do with the effort and energy and work and time and labor and creativity that you've maybe been giving to something for some time. And the progress you will have something to show for all of that work and the progress of it, the result of it, will be yielding something positive. Likewise, something very new. For some of you, this very thing could put you on a whole path, a whole brand new path altogether. So let's see. New Moon in Gemini, June 6, 2024. What is the main energy or theme? So whatever this is creating something new for you, opening up a brand new door path to you, birthing something new into your experience. But again, it's all as a result of the work, energy, time, effort, creativity, labor, and progress that you've been slowly making. And I say slowly because if you ever do earth magic, it takes longer. Fire magic is usually a little quicker. You see what I'm saying? And as far as contrast, earth magic is a little bit slower, but at the same time, it's also more stable in that way, because things that spark quickly are quick to burn out likewise, right? Just as easily quick to burn out. So this energy is feeling like this was something that's been forged or formed or created slowly over time. And now is where the result or the birth of what that was all leading to is about to reveal itself with this new moon in Gemini. So let's see what else we have. Yeah, yes. Look at this. Transition. I mean, technically starting something new, right? A new path or a new project or the birth of something new into your world. It is a transitionary phase or process. As you create something, it's a change in progress, right? It's a change in progress. Progressive change, transition. And you are kind of maybe making the transition from old to new. Or from idea to form. You see, that's another type of progress or transition. You have the initial idea, you put it onto paper, you do a physical mock-up, right? In design, let's say, for example, you send it off for manufacturing before you get the prototype in your hands. All those steps are a process. All those steps are a progressive transition from one phase into the next before the actual thing is birthed into your experience. She's giving me Empress vibes too. So yeah, you're crossing a threshold. You're walking through a portal, right? Look at the card in the archway here, right? You're walking through a portal from old to new, from an idea that was just based in the ethers, right? The realm of thought and time and space, right? From it actually physically with the earth energy manifesting. Because every physical thing that is manifested in, or actually created in this physical world, started with an idea first. Now, what's funny is when you think about that for a second, what is eternal? The physical manifestation of said idea or the idea itself? It's the idea, because the idea is, right? You can't touch it. It's something intangible. It's in the realm of spirit. It will live forever. The house that was manifested in that thought space will eventually soon crumble and fall. But the idea itself is eternal and lasts forever. So which is more powerful, right? That's just a side note. But the thought that this is giving me, or the idea that this is giving me for this new moon, is that there's something here being materialized into physical form, but it's been in a process for some time. There's the physical birth of it, but the idea of it has already been in process and in a period of progress and likewise transition for some time. Think of the birth of a child. That is also a transition. You go from being inside the womb into, right? Think about it. It's being made, or it's being created and formed in that space in the womb. And that's the idea. right? That is birthed in the ethers and in the spirit. It's like that seed in the womb. It has to take form. It has to take shape. That is a process. It has to make progress. It goes through several transitions and stages in the womb before it transitions and goes through the birth canal and is manifested. You have a child manifested in physical form. So that's kind of what this is giving me. There's something being birthed into your experience. It has gone through many stages of progress and transition to finally get to this point where it can be physically birthed into your experience in a tangible way where you can actually hold it like she's holding this baby. You're going through a portal, or this thing is being, yeah, you're being kind of, it feels like being catapulted through a portal where you can arrive at the physical manifestation of said idea, goal that you've been looking to achieve. And this is a threshold moment where you're crossing the threshold into this new space where this thing resides and where it can come to you now. All right, so I have the Ethereal Visions Tarot that I'm using for this reading. Let's see if we can get 3 cards. And if I need more cards, I always grab off to the side too. I also am hearing vibes of like turning point. This is a turning point, a pivotal moment where something shifts, where something changes at this new moon in Gemini. Because you have the transitionary card. So we're going from one phase of being to another. And on the other side of the threshold that's being crossed here at this new moon is where the goals are achieved. It's where the things you've been trying to manifest reside. It's where their physical manifestation and emanation are. It's where you will be able to receive them. Because up until this point, they've been in the process of taking form. And they weren't kind of ready yet. You know what I mean? That's just like making bread. You got to go through all these stages. You got to mix the ingredients, you know, include the yeast, let the dough sit and rise. And sometimes it rises a couple times. You allow it to rise a few times. After you knead it, you let it sit again. So you see how there's a process before you can actually put it in the oven, bun in the oven, right? So it can, this loaf of bread can be ready to eat. Let's see if we can get 3 cards. New moon in Gemini, June 6, 2024. If I need to look under, like I said, I will. Let's see. Wow, 8 of Wands. I love this. Phone calls, emails, text, communication, travel, movement, speed, right? Things coming toward you. You moving towards something. Whoa, 3 of Swords. This is interesting because this is energy of mind and heart, okay? Mind and heart, and a conflict of mind and heart. But I do feel like there's this energy of it being resolved, the conflict of mind and heart being resolved, you being able to move forward from whatever this may be. Relinquish the old. And even, that's the thing, sometimes when we move on from something, it does relinquish some kind of grief or old sorrows or pains. We say goodbye to that and we move on from it. We don't allow it to affect our mind and our heart anymore. When we're transitioning out of the old, letting it go, releasing it so it doesn't do that to us anymore. You have new beginnings and transition, and your goals being achieved in a positive way. So I see this as you moving on from whatever this is and learning to balance your mind and your heart so it doesn't, so the pain of the past or the sorrows or the griefs of the past, whatever that was, or the things that didn't go your way or went awry, that they don't affect you anymore. And you choose over here when you make this transition, when you go from old to new, you make the choice to let the old go and let the sorrows and the sadness and the pain and the grief and all that go with it. Yeah. Do you see that? My gosh. 10 is endings and conclusions. These two tie in very well together. You can't have an ending, right? Yeah, you can't have a new beginning without an ending. So you're in the process of letting something go. We see the movement here. We see the travel here with the 8 of Wands. I am going to grab another one. You are in the process of letting something go. And you're literally doing that right now. This is you moving away from this, is what it's feeling like. But there's a process, right? There's a process that one must go through before you can fully get to the other side. But the 10 is a 10, and that is a completion energy. This would be considered a number 1 or a new beginning, right? You can't have the new beginning without saying goodbye to something. So I feel like this new moon in Gemini is helping you say goodbye to something, helping you move on from something, helping you to balance your mind and your heart and resolve those issues and kind of pull the swords out of your back of whatever caused you heartache, maybe sadness, betrayal, feelings of failure, limitation, grief, right? With these two cards, and helping you move on from it. I also feel like whatever's coming towards you may actually help put something behind you as well. It might be the very thing, the very catalyst that helps you transition from old to new. So you can rise up with this 10 of Swords energy. Excuse me. Let's see what else we have, because I'm curious about this. Yes. Ace of Cups. There you go. Another energy of new beginning. Yep. New love. Things that are more in alignment with your heart. A new beginning where you are in alignment with your heart. Where you have healed. For some of you, working towards a goal or creative endeavor or something that you've been putting a lot of your time, energy, and effort into has probably been a healing journey. But you've been slowly, right? Slowly working through all these energies, these shadow energies possibly, maybe in the process of working on something. Maybe working on that something or manifesting that or creating it or whatever it is has been, well, part of one of the gifts that will or has come from it, let's say. One of the gifts from this whole endeavor, right? One of the gifts that comes from this whole endeavor is the healing that it's brought you as well. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. It feels like that's what it's all about. It was maybe a healing journey, the progress of whatever this is, or the process of whatever it is that you were working toward was also a part of your healing journey. And that is one of the gifts that will come from this whole thing, or that has come from it. The feeling is you stood up to, or you earned your stripes in the process. Like you maybe suffered at the same time. Like you might have sacrificed a lot in the process of attaining or achieving or manifesting a goal, or working towards something important to you. You might have gave up a lot, sacrificed a lot, released a lot in the process, or healed a lot. Because you have these amazing cards, and they are flanking these two cards. So it's almost like in order to get to this thing on your heart, right? A goal, a manifestation, a wish, maybe even achieved. in order to get here, you had to move with the Eight of Wands through all of this to get to it. But in the doing so, you healed yourself, you transmuted, you renewed, restored, and revived your being. We have also lotus energy, which is energy of, yes, transition, change, transmutation. It's a lotus that is grown from the mud, so it's symbolic of like working your way through the shadow. So you can access the surface, like the lotus, you can access the surface of the water, come into full bloom, reach the sun, and gain enlightenment, right? That's what the lotus is all about. And that is a process of healing and transmutation. This would be what you are healing from, right here. Balancing your mind and heart, pulling the swords out of your back, releasing the past, lifting yourself up so you can reach for your cup of love, for your heart's desire. For some of you, you suffered through some situations, maybe with people. Maybe had your heart broken in a variety of ways with these two cards on the journey, because this is a travel card, on the journey to reaching your heart's desire. You might have suffered, had betrayals, breakups, heartaches, disappointments, you name it, conflicting emotions, right? But all that, you worked through it to get to this new beginning, to make this transition, right? And arrive at your goals achieved and the thing on your heart. You might come into money with the goals card. You might come into a new job, a career that pays well for some of you. You might even achieve and receive new love or wish on your heart. But it's only because you did the work to move through, literally move through this energy here to get to it. And if you have done that, you should be proud of yourself, because that process, that resilience, right, is about to pay off. And the feeling is you're going to be rewarded with something new. And something also in alignment with your heart's desire. So bear with me, I'm going to fix this. There you go. It's a little better. So let's get a few cards. See what else we can learn about this. And before I pull these over, I want to look underneath the deck as well. See, new moon in Gemini, June 6, 2024. All right, let's see what we have. I always look underneath the surface to see what is maybe a hidden element or influence. Maybe it's something you're aware of, maybe it's not, right? But there's like a hidden influence. And that's how I read that, because you can't see it, right? You can't see the card, so it's hidden. But let's see. Oh, I love that. The King of Cups. That's Gemini, Libra. Or why did I say Gemini, Libra? Wow, okay. No, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I was just thinking about the new moon in Gemini. I mean, look at this guy. He's holding the cup. He's holding this cup right here. And that's telling me that underneath the surface, you're about to, right, hold it, receive it. Kind of like her over here holding the physical manifestation of what she was creating. You're literally getting the cup handed to you over here. This is like the universe, right, handing you the cup of love and you reaching out and grabbing it. So the King of Cups is holding the very cup that's being offered, the very cup that's coming toward him. So I feel like this is you accomplishing the goal over here with the cup, the Ace of Cups. Underneath the surface, you might not realize or see that you're in this very powerful position to achieve the thing on your heart, right? To achieve the goal that you've been working towards, that maybe you've been healing in order to receive. Because you have to be ready for what you asked for. And sometimes that requires that we let things go and make space for what we desire, what we truly want. So you've been physically putting in the work to get to the point where you can now have it. And it seems to me that the King of Cups is underneath the surface. You might not realize how close you are to accessing it, to accessing what this cup holds. Whether it's love, money, career, goals achieved, manifestation, or whatnot. Healing. Also, King of Cups knows what his heart wants, and he stays true and loyal to what he wants, or what he feels he wants, that will make him or fulfill him in a very emotionally secure way, right? So it's like our heart can be fixed, like our heart wants what it wants. That's a King of Cups. He's very fixated on what his heart wants. And there's a level of loyalty, right, involved in being true to your heart. And his energy is also has learned to trust one's intuition on the path to arriving at the heart's desire. And then being loyal to that thing on your heart, to the point where he accesses it and he can sit on his throne confident and comfortable, knowing he achieved his heart's desire. I feel like that's you. That's soon to be you. That's what this new moon is bringing. But you don't realize that that's soon to be you. That soon you will be holding the literal physical manifestation of the idea put into form, molded and shaped through many stages of progress to then arrive to you. Definitely. Let's see what we have here. Reflection, right? That is very similar to the energy I was picking up from the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, where it's like, you know, you go through a process of like self-awareness, self-reflection, right? When you're going through the shadow, you're working through healing something. It is a process of reflection. But I also feel like the universe is about to reflect back to you something that you have been working on or working toward, manifesting, creating, or whatnot. So this is kind of taking on two tones to me. One of it is where, again, the universe is going to reflect back to you in a physical way, the very thing that you've been desiring on your heart because of the work that you've put into arriving at it and achieving it. But on the other hand, this is you doing the self-reflective work of the shadow to kind of like relinquish the past and let it go and heal from it, so you can be ready to receive the new that's coming your way. So you can clear the slate and rise up from the past, so it's not affecting you when you receive or achieve the physical manifestation of what you've been working toward. Okay. So let's see. Yes, perseverance. Yeah, you definitely need some perseverance, right? To keep moving through these energies here to then arrive at your goal or the thing on your heart. So yeah, maybe it hasn't been an easy road to arriving at your goals achieved. This right here would tell me that there's been a lot of heartbreak along the way. Whatever that goal is, whether it's love, whether it's career, whether it's money, whether it's the manifestation of a goal or an idea or a creative endeavor or spiritual purpose, even with the wands that you've been motivated toward, you've persevered. This is proof of that perseverance. And the perseverance, it feels like, is about to pay off. Oh, I love that. There's the voice energy, right? That would be kind of like, you know, the communicative energy of Gemini too. This is communication. This is also intuition. This is also following the beat of your own drum. This is lone wolf energy sometimes, where we have to forge our own path. And this is also about trusting instinct. So very much in tune with the King of Cups as well, as far as trusting intuition to forge a path. And to trust yourself in doing so, despite how difficult, challenging it may be, where you have to keep pushing against the odds and persevere until you reach it. Again, the being loyal, right? Because wolves are loyal to their pack. Anyway, being loyal to the vision, despite the difficulty or the challenges or the disappointments along the way, you've persevered and been loyal to the thing on your heart. And you've trusted yourself. Listen to your inner voice and instincts along the way. And you might be using your voice in some kind of way towards your goals as well. I could say that with the Eight of Wands, because that's communication also. And you have the voice energy of the wolf. So maybe for some of you, what you're putting your energy toward as far as your ideas and whatnot might have to do with some form of communication. Likewise, somebody might be communicating to you. New love could be communicating to you. Could be a King of Cups over here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay. So if you were heartbroken, let's say if it's love, if you were heartbroken in the past, you worked through letting that love situation go, releasing that situation, persevering and moving through it, so that way you can be a clean slate to receive a new beginning where new love resides. You've done a lot of self-reflection, but now the universe is ready to reflect, right? All the work, energy, and effort you did on healing yourself, it's ready to reflect new love to you. It's looking to reflect it back. And that applies for anything that you've been trying to create this whole time. The universe is looking to reflect all that back to you, because you're ready now that you've let go of the past. Now that you're a clean slate, now that your heart is open and receptive to receive, and now that you've also continually persevered and moved forward to this point where you're stable and secure like a king. I have a final oracle here. I am using the Angels and Ancestors oracle cards. Let's see if we can get a final message for this new moon in Gemini 2024. Just keep your heart open and receptive to what is trying to come your way. The universe needed you to let something go in order to make space for this. The universe needed you to heal from something in the past and persevere against all odds and be loyal to the vision on your heart. Despite how hard it got, it's kind of like showing the universe you mean business, right? Like you're not giving up on what you know your heart wants. You don't give up on it. And the feeling is here, you've already shown proof. Like it speaks for itself, right? That you haven't given up this whole time. And it feels like, well, now the universe is about to reflect it back to you, because you did persevere. You showed you meant business. I feel like it's this one. All right, let's see what we have. Now is Moon, take note of intuitive messages. Okay, well, we have the energy of the wolf howling at the moon. We have the King of Cups, which is, you know, watery energy. Tied into the moon, could be Pisces, right? But we're also at a new moon. Look at all the different phases. So again, the transitionary phases of the moon. You do also have the transition card. So let's see what this says. I'm curious now. Gotta find it first. There we go. All right, it says, Moon, take note of intuitive messages. Yeah, those intuitive messages might be coming your way. Especially with the voice card, the Eight of Wands, right? It says the moon is strongly associated with the divine feminine and the energy of receiving. Yes, keep your heart open to receive. Like I said, if the sun is God, the moon is goddess. And so she offers a powerful energy of polarity and balance. And I felt that coming from the Three of Swords, like being able to balance your mind and heart. So those things of the past aren't an issue or a limiting factor to you anymore, right? She has, let's see, a cyclic energy and is therefore strongly connected to emotions, which often come and go in waves and to somewhat interesting behaviors. Well, the emotion would be the Three of Swords and also the Ten of Swords, right? So when the moon appears in a reading, you are often being told that not everything is as it seems. Like I said over here with the King of Cups, you may not even realize how close you are to holding the very thing on your heart, to manifesting it, to receiving it. That's why the card says, be open to receiving. Right? Let's see. Not everything is as it seems. The moon does veil things, right? And there's a hidden aspect maybe to what is coming your way. But it says, the moon has a dark side, just dark, not negative, and can show you what you've been kept in the dark about. Whoa. Hold on, I'm going to try to get in closer. There we go. Extended message. Like you're about to find out, basically. You're about to find out, right, how close you are to receiving something on your heart. And this new moon in Gemini is bringing it your way. But it says, lunar energies are surrounding your life, allowing you to understand what is standing in your way. Not everything is as it seems, and you're being guided to use your discernment. When the moon appears, intuitive or psychic urges are increased. Intuitive messages also might be received. So take note of any feelings arising at this time. They are messages from your soul and angels. There you go. The moon shines her light on all that has been kept in the dark. So ask yourself if you're avoiding anything or refusing to deal with something of importance. If so, it could be holding you in the shadows when your destiny is to be in the light. If this card appears when you feel something isn't being completely real, someone isn't being completely real with you, know that their intentions will be revealed to you soon, maybe. The moon has no secrets. She reveals all. So something that maybe felt elusive to you, that maybe was hidden from you, maybe a hidden aspect as to when or how maybe the manifestation would arrive, or somehow the goals would be achieved. All these things that you were kept in the dark about, this particular new moon in Gemini is about to reveal it to you. So there's going to be no more secrets. You're going to be told over here. You're going to be shown, right, what's coming your way. And you're going to also learn what it was all for, what the wait was for, because I feel like some of you went through it to get to it. You went through it to get, you went through this. You went through it to get to it. Okay? But now you're soon going to find out what it was all for. But again, the process of arriving at it and receiving it was all part of your healing journey too. So that needed to happen. That needed to take place. But you persevered. And now there's a big reveal taking place. A big reveal. Okay, so get ready to receive. Let's see if we can roll the dice for angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, what I do is I roll the dice to get angel numbers for you. The numbers that show up can confirm a lot of times what is already said in the reading. I love when that happens. It also can provide you with an additional message maybe that you need personally on your journey at this time. I don't give you a source to look up the angel numbers because it could be one you don't like. I never want to imply that one source is better over another either, because there's many on the internet. I say take the journey for yourself. Find a source that speaks to your heart. Allow that to be your interpretation and guide. Go with that one. Likewise, try to refrain if you can from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason, because we want to give everybody a chance to find the magic for themselves when they go and do their own research. Oftentimes when you do your research for yourself to seek the numbers, you end up coming across other signs, synchronicity, and serendipity that spirit needs you to find, and that's why we want to give everybody a chance to take that journey for themselves. Okay, so let's see what your angel number is for this particular New moon in Gemini, June 6th, 2024. All right, so we have a 1, which is, again, a number of new beginnings. 5. Also, and that's a number of change. Also, I want to say, don't mourn what you're letting go. Don't mourn what you're letting go. Don't try to hold on to it either. The reason why it's ending, 10 of Swords, okay, is so that way the new can come your way. But the new energy that's coming your way holds everything you want on your heart, okay? So allow it to come your way. Flow with it, all right? So we have 1, 5, let's see, 8, 158. That is your angel number. I'm going to put that number in the screen for you. Go ahead and look it up, see what it brings to you. If you have resonated or you feel connected to this reading, if it helped you in any magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel further. Maybe even consider joining my channel membership for exclusive readings and content I put out for members only. You could also support what I do further by checking me out on Etsy. Link to my Etsy stores down below. I have Starseed t-shirts I designed myself, crystal jewelry that I make by hand on my free time, and on the rare occasion I will have personal readings up and available when I have the time. So check that out. Pay me a visit. I'd love to see you around. Much love to you wherever you are. Please be well, be safe, take care. Happy new moon in Gemini, and always keep shining.